This is a Ford Fiesta with overheating problems in heavy traffic. The car works normally, there's no warning lights. The only problem is when it gets into traffic, the car begins to overheat. So we spec the fan motor, and I've got a new one to replace it. But first of all, we'll do some basic diagnostics. The first thing that makes us suspect the motor is the fact that when the air conditioning switch is on, the fan cooling motor should run, and it isn't. So we suspect we've got a problem with the fan, but we need to check out the fuse box and the relays first. So we're looking for the air conditioning. Obviously we know that isn't working. So that is the third relay over, 1, 2, 3. At the top, 1, 2, 3. Now what I've done is I've replaced this one. I've swapped one of these two over, they're all the same. And the air conditioning still doesn't work. There is a big fan relay here, but I haven't got that one. But I do have this one at the bottom, this one here. So I've swapped these two relays over, still no joy. The only other thing to look at is fuses. So we've got a couple of fan fuses here. I haven't got that one. I've checked that one, and you can see through the window that fuse is okay. There are some Aircon fuses as well, and I've pulled those. It's all okay. So there isn't anything wrong with the fuses or relays. Next thing, I'm going to actually check, make sure the fan here isn't seized or... All right, okay. Okay, the fan's actually running or turning. If I compare that with a new one, oh wow, it's quite a bit quieter. So there could be something wrong in the fan. We've confirmed the relays and the fan motor is turning. Next thing we'll do is actually apply 12 volts to the fan, but the connector's at the bottom. So we're going to have to get the car up in the air and connect 12 volts to the fan directly. In order to work on the car safely, we've chocked the back wheels with wood, we've jacked the front up, and we've placed some axle stands underneath. So we're going to go under the car now to... Right, here we go. Here is the connector for the fan. To pull it off, you flick this tab up and wiggle it off to pull it off. Now you can see the terminals here for the fan. There's a couple of ways you can do this. You can either apply 12 volts here to test the fan, or you can check the continuity, which is a bit easier with your multimeter. I'll show you on the new fan to demonstrate. So here we have the new fan with a multimeter set to check continuity. And all we've got to do is when the two terminals are shorted out, it goes to 0, which shows the connection. Okay, so I've managed to do it. I'm probing both terminals and I've got it to 0. Oh, I had it, there you go, 0. So there's definitely continuity. So I've checked the continuity here of this fan and I'm getting nothing. So I believe one of the coils is broken and it's lost the continuity and the fan is blown. So we're going to replace the whole unit. We've got the overheating problem. We've checked the fuses and the relays, everything's good. The aircon isn't working, which is a pointer to the radiator fan. We've checked the continuity of the fan that's in there and we're not getting anything. So we think the motor's blown. So let's replace the whole pack with a new one. So what sort of tools are you going to need to change over your fan motor on your Ford Fiesta then? You're going to need a T20 Torx for this particular mount here, a T30 or T27 you can get away with for the Airbox, a set of trim tools to undo all the wiring harness, and a pair of axle stands and a way to have the car up in the air, because you need to remove the fan from the bottom. It really is that simple. So to remove the fan pack, in theory, you may I see a lot of videos showing you removing the top and bottom hose. You can see the bottom hose there. But I don't think you need to do that. So First of all, we're going to remove the airbox to give us a bit more space to work on, and we're going to try and drop the radiator fan down through the bottom right hand side. So let's get on with removing the airbox. So first of all, we're going to remove the lid of the airbox. There's 4 screws. We'll just take those 4 out, and we need to undo this Jubilee clip and take this plastic portion off. Okay, the lid's off. You don't need to worry about the bolts. The bolts are actually caught in the lid, so they won't fall out. We'll put that to one side. Remove the air filter. And now we've got to take this bottom section off. The airbox lid bolts use a T27. To get the airbox base, it's basically fixed by this rubber mount here, and there are 2 mounts underneath here, and this vent goes over to here. So we need to undo this, remove that screw with a T20 Torx, and the whole thing should be able to lift out. You need to disconnect this vent. There you go. And then the whole box should be able to be pulled up. There you go, we've pulled the whole thing out. So you can see the locations at the back there. Oh, looks like we've still got one in there. Okay. With the airbox out of the way, we've got a lot more space to work on, and we're looking to get the radiator out through that hole. So the next thing to do is get this wiring harness out of the way. So we're just going to unclip that with a trim tool and push that out of the way. The fan sensor, you just need to pull up. It's on a little clip, spring clip, onto the edge of that plastic. Okay, so I've got the trim clips off, but I've also got the tabs of the fan, which isn't a particular problem because I'm replacing the fan shroud as well. But it is a bit of an issue. You need to be careful when removing this. I tried a plastic and a metal trim tool. Neither was particularly helpful. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use a pair of snips just to snip off the plastic, remaining bits of the plastic fan mount from these clips so I can reuse them. So there you go. I've trimmed the broken mount off, and we should be okay to use those. At this point, the only thing holding the radiator fan shroud onto the radiator is 4 tabs. There's one here, there's one there, and there's 2 at the bottom at the same point. So we're going to start with the top. So we need to pull this up and then lever down with this, and it comes out. So I'm going to do that to all 4. I'm going to do that one next, and hopefully the shroud will be loose. Underneath the car, the mounting points are just slots, so I just need to push the radiator shroud up a little bit to get it out of those. So there you go. We're out. It's literally falling out of the car now. So I need to manipulate that a bit. I tried to catch that on camera, but it's so easy. It's literally fallen out down the side we wanted to. There you go. Fan shroud is out without disconnecting the coolant system. Okay, so we've got the new one in place. Fits pretty good. And we're going to put all the rest of it back together. The rest is the reverse of what we've already shown you. Okay, quick test. It's now running. Okay, we've got a running fan. A little bit of a departure from our usual Diagnostic content. See you later. Bye-bye.